Victor Newman has built an empire on secrets. He has won wars because he knew information nobody else had. He has destroyed rivals because he discovered vulnerabilities they thought were buried forever. And more often than not, Victor's greatest victories have depended on keeping one crucial truth hidden until the perfect moment. But what if this time is different? What if Victor's latest plan involving Matt Clark isn't as foolproof as it appears? On June 11th's edition of The Rinse, fans were left wondering whether Victor is playing his most dangerous game yet. Because beneath every strategic move, every calculated conversation, and every carefully crafted alliance lies one explosive secret that could either guarantee his success or bring his entire scheme crashing down. And if history has taught us anything, it's that secrets in Genoa City never stay buried for long. #Y&R, The Rinse. June 11th, Victor's Matt Clark plan depends on one dangerous secret. There are many reasons Victor Newman remains one of the most powerful figures in Genoa City. His wealth certainly helps. His influence is undeniable. His instincts are legendary. But perhaps Victor's greatest strength has always been his understanding of information. He knows when to reveal it. He knows when to hide it. Most importantly, he knows how to weaponize it. That reality sits at the center of the growing Matt Clark situation. As new developments continue to unfold, one question becomes increasingly impossible to ignore. What exactly does Victor know that everyone else doesn't? Because if recent events have proven anything, it's that Victor appears unusually confident, and confidence from Victor Newman is rarely accidental. Victor never makes random moves. One of the biggest mistakes characters make in The Young and the Restless is assuming Victor acts impulsively. He doesn't. Even when his decisions appear emotional, there is usually strategy hiding underneath. Every meeting serves a purpose, every warning carries meaning, every threat accomplishes something. Victor rarely wastes energy. That is why the Matt Clark storyline feels so intriguing. Victor seems to be operating with information that remains hidden from everyone around him. The confidence he's displaying suggests preparation. Preparation suggests knowledge, and knowledge suggests secrets. The question isn't whether Victor has a plan. The question is what that plan actually requires, because the stronger the strategy, the more devastating its failure could become. The secret is more important than the plan. Many viewers focus on the mechanics of Victor's latest move, who he's targeting, who he's protecting, what outcome he's pursuing. But those details may not be the most important part of the story. The real issue is the secret itself. Secrets are the currency of Genoa City. Money matters. Power matters. Influence matters. But information changes everything. A single hidden truth can destroy marriages, end careers, shatter families, transform allies into enemies overnight. Victor understands this better than anyone. That's why his current confidence feels suspicious. He isn't acting like someone hoping things work out. He's acting like someone who believes he already controls the board. That kind of certainty usually comes from knowledge. Dangerous knowledge. Why hidden information creates vulnerability. Ironically, the same secret empowering Victor may also represent his greatest weakness. Every secret creates leverage, but every secret also creates risk. The more important the information becomes, the more catastrophic exposure becomes. That's the dilemma facing Victor. His strategy may require silence. His success may depend on ignorance. His victory may rely on nobody discovering the truth before he finishes executing his plan. Unfortunately, Genoa City specializes in exposing secrets. Characters investigate, characters eavesdrop, characters connect dots, characters reveal truths at the worst possible moments. History repeatedly demonstrates that hidden information eventually surfaces. The only uncertainty involves timing, and timing changes everything. Matt Clark could be more important than he appears. Another fascinating possibility is that Matt Clark represents something larger than viewers currently understand. Soap operas often introduce characters or story elements that initially appear straightforward. Then everything changes. Suddenly relationships connect, motives shift, hidden histories emerge. the audience discovers that what seemed simple was never simple at all. Victor may already understand this. He may see implications others are missing. He may recognize opportunities hidden beneath the surface. That would explain his determination. Victor rarely invests heavily in situations without seeing long-term value. If he's dedicating resources and attention to this matter, there is probably more at stake than anyone realizes. The Newman pattern repeats itself. One reason this storyline feels familiar is because it follows a classic Newman pattern. Victor identifies a threat. Victor gathers information. Victor develops a strategy. Victor moves pieces into position. Victor waits, then comes the reveal. The formula has worked countless times, but repetition creates danger. Opponents eventually learn. Family members become suspicious. Enemies start anticipating behavior. The challenge for Victor isn't simply executing another plan. It's executing one that surprises people who already know how he operates. That's significantly harder, especially when powerful secrets are involved. Nikki may become the unexpected variable. Whenever Victor develops a complicated strategy, Nikki frequently becomes the wild card. She understands him better than anyone. She recognizes his strengths. She also recognizes his blind spots. That combination makes her uniquely important. If Nikki discovers information Victor wants hidden, difficult choices emerge. Does she support him? Does she challenge him? Does she intervene? Victor often assumes he can manage every variable. Yet history shows Nikki occasionally becomes the factor he never fully accounts for. Not because she's trying to hurt him, because she's trying to protect him. Those motivations don't always align, especially when dangerous secrets enter the equation. Victor's greatest weakness has always been certainty. Confidence makes Victor formidable. Certainty sometimes makes him vulnerable. The difference matters. Confidence encourages action. Certainty discourages caution. When Victor becomes convinced he's right, he occasionally overlooks complications. He dismisses alternative possibilities. He assumes outcomes are inevitable. That's where mistakes happen. If his Matt Clark strategy depends entirely upon one hidden truth remaining concealed, the entire operation may be more fragile than it appears. Strong plans survive exposure. Weak plans require secrecy. The distinction could determine everything. What happens if the secret escapes? Let's consider the nightmare scenario. The secret becomes public. Information spreads, people react. Suddenly, Victor loses control of the narrative. Instead of managing events, he's responding to them. Instead of shaping outcomes, he's containing damage. That's a dangerous position for anyone. It's especially dangerous for Victor. His greatest victories occur when he controls information flow. His greatest defeats often occur when information escapes his grasp. The Matt Clark situation appears vulnerable to exactly that possibility. And viewers know how quickly things can unravel in Genoa City. One conversation, one witness, one unexpected discovery. Sometimes that's all it takes. The human cost may be overlooked. Large strategies often focus on results. But soap operas thrive on consequences. People get hurt, relationships suffer, trust disappears. Even successful plans can create emotional damage. Victor occasionally forgets this. His focus on outcomes sometimes overshadows personal costs. If this secret ultimately affects people he cares about, victory may become complicated. Winning isn't always winning. Not when family relationships deteriorate. Not when trust gets broken. Not when emotional scars remain long after strategic battles end. The best Y&R stories explore those consequences. This storyline has the potential to do exactly that. Why viewers can't look away. The reason this plot feels compelling isn't simply because Victor is involved. It's because secrets create anticipation. Viewers become detectives. Every conversation feels significant. Every glance appears meaningful. Every small detail becomes potential evidence. People begin asking questions. What is Victor hiding? Who knows the truth? Who might discover it? How long can it remain concealed? Those questions drive engagement. They're also why Victor Newman remains such an effective character after all these years. He understands something fundamental about power. Knowledge matters, but controlling knowledge matters even more. The most likely outcome. If soap opera history serves as a guide, the secret won't stay hidden forever. It never does. The more valuable the information, the more inevitable its exposure becomes. The interesting part isn't whether the truth emerges. The interesting part is when. If Victor accomplishes his objectives first, exposure may not matter. If the truth surfaces too early, everything changes. That's why timing remains the most dangerous variable. And timing is the one factor nobody completely controls. Not even Victor Newman. The June 11th edition of The Rinse highlights what could become one of Victor Newman's most fascinating dilemmas in recent memory. His Matt Clark strategy appears powerful, calculated, potentially effective. But beneath that confidence lies a troubling reality. The entire plan may depend on a single dangerous secret remaining exactly where it is. Hidden, protected, undiscovered. That's a risky foundation for any strategy, especially in Genoa City. Victor has built an empire by controlling information. He's mastered the art of secrecy. He's survived countless battles through preparation and foresight. Yet even legends encounter moments when circumstances become unpredictable. This may be one of those moments, because if the secret stays buried, Victor could achieve exactly what he wants. But if the truth escapes into the open before he's ready, the fallout could be far more explosive than anyone imagines, including Victor himself. And that's what makes this storyline so intriguing. The plan isn't the real mystery, the secret is. And secrets have a habit of changing everything.